All right, first and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Abshai Thumb. Can I rant? Can I rant? Can I rant? Huh? Can I rant? Pray for leadership in Israel, man. And you know, I do the Rasputin Israelism. And I don't do this to tear down the organizations. This is strictly to correct doctrine. All right. So none of it should be taken personally, because it's just doctrine. It's just and none of us are have the same doctrine. There's not one camp that has the same doctrine. There ain't one camp that you can put the camps together and it's nothing that they say, okay, now I don't agree, or I agree with everything that they say. There's not one. There's not two that you can put together and do that. All right, we all believe something different, and so don't take that person. And most of the people don't. You know what I'm saying? I understand most of the people don't, and I know that leadership amongst Israel sees my videos, and it's not taken personally, and I don't take it personal. If somebody did my video and sliced it up, I wouldn't take it personal. Okay, but that ain't even really what I wanted to talk about. I just want to talk about, I said all that to say that I still do grieve for leadership amongst Israel, man. And it's really, let me just talk to leadership amongst Israel, man. Listen, don't take on, and this is what I had to learn through my journey, man. If people really not willing to walk with you, don't just drag people along, man. Don't just drag people along. I don't ask people I'm not finna beg nobody to go to camp. I'm not finna beg nobody to be in the classes. If nobody show up in the class, I'm shutting the class down, man. If it's one person, I'm teaching the class. I'm not going, and I'm not finna keep begging. You know what time class start? I'm not finna send out extra texts and do all of this stuff for people that don't want to be there. I don't want you there if you don't want to be there, because I don't have the resources and the energy to waste. I don't want to waste it on you. It's part of management. Just like the parable of the talents, man. You don't want to waste your talents, man, on fruitless trees. And so if you ain't really walking with me, or you ain't really sowing into me, sowing into the ministry, trying to fellowship, trying to keep the feast day, man, I can't deal. I can't deal with you. And y'all have to know this, man. All you individual lights that's jumping from camp to camp, or you're looking for something special, but you don't want. I did camp today by myself, man. Looking over my shoulder with the camera behind me, making sure nobody run off with the camera. Like, man, I'm busy, man. I'm busy. I can't answer everybody's phone call, especially people who not sowing in the ministry. That's why these folks get paid, man. I heard TD Jakes say, man, he don't even counsel marriages no more. How many times jokers gotta sit, man? If you have to talk to leadership, man, and ask them how much counseling they have to do about certain situations and certain individuals caught up in stuff, man. That's why you need to pray for your leadership. But people don't understand that because they're not in that role. They're not sowing into nobody. They're not responsible for anything. And then we had the nerve to try to tell brothers, well, listen, man, y'all brothers ain't doing what y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all ain't that. Man, listen, man, and that's one thing about me. Understand this. I've never been in the camp. I called ISUPK. They left me on hold for like an hour and a half for their class. I never called nobody again. I studied, I watched the videos, I went out, I started the camp. I was passing out flyers by myself in Walmart. Never needed that. I'm only about my father's business. I don't operate like that. I'm done with the friends and the social. Like, man, we either brothers in Christ or that's it, man. We brothers in Christ doing this work, man, trying to figure this thing out, man, trying to enter into the kingdom, man. I don't really have time for small talk and jibber jabber and did you watch the Super Bowl and I don't have those conversations. And then what time I do have to myself, I want it to myself. I don't want to take on unnecessary problems, man. I don't want to take on problems that's not sold to me or sold to the ministry. I don't want to do it. And again, if you are an individual, like, you shouldn't expect people to do that. You shouldn't just be reaching out to leadership, trying to give them some of your problems, trying to give them some suggestions, man. Get in the body, man. Get in class. And Israel small, man. Brothers know you've been in 5, 6 different camps, man. You been sitting up here with these folks, talking about these folks. Then here are these folks talking about them folks. Every camp you go to, talking about the last camp, and then these folks did this and these folks did that, man. Listen, man. About my father's business, man. And so don't take it personally. I don't want you taking it personally if leadership don't answer the phone, man. Where can you do that at? Where do you do that at? Where you can't go to the church and just call the church and ask the pastor to give you marriage counseling. You can't just go to the church and ask the pastor to give you counseling about your child with ADHD and how to handle that, or how to get your wife to submit to you. And so I'm saying all that to say, listen, I'm not gonna do it, y'all. And don't take it personally. I don't want this ain't nothing personal. And for leadership, man. Not just for me, but for leadership amongst Israel. Don't be just taking on extra baggage, man. Don't be taking on extra problems. Especially if brothers and sisters are not putting in effort. Or not putting in effort to, keep themselves set apart. You know what I'm saying? To gather amongst the congregation, man. You know what I'm saying? To gather themselves together and not forsake the holy assemblies. That's your problem. Like, this is part of your problem. You ain't keep it. You're not diligently in this thing, man. You lukewarm. And I don't want to have these conversations, man. I just don't. I don't want to have them small conversations except with those that minister within me. I don't have time for that, man. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. I don't even talk to sisters, man. I definitely don't want to be sitting on the phone with no joker that, ain't sowing into my ministry, man. Ain't helping me within this walk, and you not learn from me. I'm not responsible for you. You're not my sheep. You got to go back to your shepherd. Whoever your shepherd is, you need to go back to your shepherd. And if you don't have a shepherd, you need to get a shepherd. You need to get someone over you. Or if the Most High supplies you to be a shepherd, then be a shepherd. But listen, man, if you can't feed me, and if I know you can't feed me, if you can't feed me and give me no knowledge, why am I sitting here like bouncing this stuff off of you, man? I know this stuff gonna go way over your head, man. Like, I don't want to have those conversations, man. If another leader I had that conversation all day. It's brothers I sit on the phone with all day, man. The brothers I talk to every day, and that's what y'all gotta understand. I'm talking about to brothers who don't really understand camp life, brothers who don't really understand brotherhood, or people who don't understand leadership. There's a lot that comes. Israel is sick, man. Israel is sick. That little trash you see on the darn in these little camp videos, man, that ain't them, man. That ain't us. Okay, we some sick individuals, man. We need plenty of prayer. We got to have plenty of counseling. We're far from righteous. We got plenty of growing to do. This ain't a game. This ain't a social club, man. This a hospital. This serious business. And so before you get in your feelings, you need to understand that. That's why I ain't answering the phone. I'm about my Father's business. Shalom.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, forasmuch as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.